What the fuck is up? It's Child, and I'm doing a storytime thing in mspaint, because I'm too lazy to actually do stills and all that. So this story is about like a bunch of different stories, I guess, because I can't think of one. I just started recording, and I was like, okay. I suppose the first one is about my Animal Jam roleplay that I had of a person, which was also probably my first roleplay ever. It was shit, as you could probably tell, because it's an Animal Jam. It contained harmful stereotypes to people with DID. That's not good at all, and I hate it so much, but I'm gonna tell you about it, because it was really just ridiculous. So the main characters in the story were the ones, like, my character was Rosie Von Buddy, as the animal name in Animal Jam was, because they have that limited thing, that slider thing or whatever. Character looks something like this. It's an Arctic wolf, of course it was, and they're like had this sparkly boa thing, the rare item one, not the super cool ultra rare one. And then there was the dark side of Rosie Von Buddy, which was Rosie Von Pirate, which obviously is a harmful stereotype because it's presenting systems in a way that means, like, oh, there's one that's evil, which is just not true. I know this now, and I know that it's bad. Oh, shoot. Oh, fuck. Okay. So then we had Rosie Von Pirate, which was pretty much just, cliche evil character. Instead of like Rosie had a blue dress, they had a red dress, something like that. I'm too lazy to draw like all the details in the Animal Jam red dress. It was like this one was a black and red dress that came on spooky season. You could get it then. Frick. And I did this with a person that I'm not going to be mentioning their username, but this was before I knew what Undertale was. And do you want to know what their characters were? I had these creative, original characters. They played as Sans AUs. They were wolf versions of Sans AUs, and I did not know this at the time. I thought that they were like their own characters, and so I was like, whoa, this is cool. They did the whole turning into dust when they die thing. There was a lot of dying, and here's a fun fact about the evil side. It had a good side. The evil side had a side that was like, sorry, so the evil side had a good side, which either their name was Shadow or it was still Rosie. Just all three of these were Rosie, and I'm very sure that it had a purple dress this time. So we have all of these different ones, and they had just similar, they were all Arctic wolves, and I had a separate character for each of them, and I had a lot of good, I really liked doing it. It was very fun. I made like some old fan art, or not fan art, because it's my character. I made some old art of Rosie that's probably going to be on screen. But then there wasn't just Rosie. I can't remember all of them, but there was also like a phantom bird or something. I don't know, I can't draw phantoms, but it had this one lightning phantom hat, phantom mask came out, also spooky season. And I was trying to, like, it was like its whole thing was turning people evil. That's what this guy did. It was strange, and the person never really followed along. And they also had their own take on Sans AUs. They were just, since they were a peasant, they were a non-member peasant. They were just normal wolves instead of Arctic ones. And their thing was, so they would mainly be blueberry sands or dream sands, and then they'd turn into nightmare sands. I don't know what their characters looked like. I remember they have like a bunch of art of because they just turned Blueberry into their own character pretty much. It was just the staple. Go into their den and there's just a fuck ton of fan art. There might actually be some of my fan art if like I'm able to get in. I'm not even sure if it's still like that. They just disappeared one day and I was sad. I wanted to play. I wanted to furry roleplay with this person, and I never saw them again until it was too late. So that's a story. I think that's kind of funny. That's one of my Animal Jam encounters. Another one was more recent. Not really going by time here, but like there's this person. It wasn't a role play. It was like a different thing. But this person, me and Star were playing Animal Jam this one time, and we went into this secret room that you can go to, and there was a person there, and they were like, "I want to learn how to non-member because I didn't pay for membership." Now I have because I gave money to the company, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But this person is saying, you want to equip non-member pets when you're non-member. They say without a member pet equipped on them, being a non-member themselves. And this was strange because they weren't asking for us to give items. They were just telling us to follow them across to like different places and do stuff. That's not how glitches work. Like, oh yeah, you go over to Belush here and you press the smiley face emoticon. That's how glitches work. Yep. And it wasn't even a hack either. And then at the end, they were just sort of like, ha 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 ha, and they gained something when it wasn't even that long, and they didn't really waste their time because we were not doing anything otherwise. So I'm not sure what their point was. I'm really just not sure. I've only followed along because I have this morph pet named something like Sugar Lemon, and I like it a lot. But then I couldn't use it because it's a members only pet, and I like them a lot. They have a little witch hat. And then lastly, the last one I really remember was the multiple times I was hacked. Or actually, no, that's not it. There was one time where I was at my friend's house, one of my real life friends' house, and we were playing Animal Jam. Either they were at my house or I was at their house, but we were both playing Animal Jam. And she said, "Hey, you can hack my sister's account and take all of her stuff." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Yeah, do that." And so then she logged on to her sister's account because they all shared the same password for some reason, and she stole all of her items, and then we just took which ones we wanted, and that's how I got a lot of stuff. But then later, I'm not sure. I think it was like we went to the same school. She told me that her sister wanted the items back, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, someone hacked me, and they stole all of the items, or I traded them away, or something like that." And so I did. That was a lie. I still had the items, but I just liked them, so I just kept them, and eventually actually did trade them away. And there was also the time when I believed that Animal Jam item generators were actually a thing that worked, and that they would be willing to share the item generators to me. And so I just signed up for a bunch of them. I was smart enough to use alt accounts, I wasn't brain dead, except for this one time where I really believed it and I used my main account, but nothing really happened anyways. So, did they guess? Well, they don't have access to my account anymore. They just don't. But those are all of the experiences I remember. The other one is just sort of like a person. And it was one person that I would see daily because I somehow gain entertainment from this game longer than I should have. Yeah, hello, thank you, bye.